right, we're here with Dylan Wright, and he is here to talk about a volunteer night at the MCT. So he's the volunteer coordinator for the MCT, among many different hats at MCT.
Right.
Like a lot of other people that work at MCT, they hold many hats as well.
That's very true.
So let's talk about volunteer night.
Okay, so we're having our volunteer night on Thursday at 6 o'clock. It's going to go from about 6 to 7:30, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Basically, it's a party to celebrate all of our volunteers. You know, to celebrate all the amazing people that help us at MCT. It's you know, the community here is just so supportive of the arts, which is, it's a beautiful thing. And in fact, I was talking with a volunteer not too long ago, and they were saying they've lived in Seattle, they've lived in, you know, LA, they've lived all over the place, and they've never seen a community that's been more supportive than Missoula is, you know, as far as for the arts. And so it's just such a wonderful organization, and using our volunteers. I mean, we use them for everything from ushering to concessions to working the tech crew. I mean, our actors are all volunteers.
Yeah,
you know,
like I knew a girl who works there now who used to do a lot of volunteering and get involved with MCT, Leanne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she volunteered and she got involved with MCT so many different times, and then she finally got a job there. Kind of like she got her dream come true of working at MCT. I think a lot of people who like acting and who like getting involved with theater, like if you can get a job at MCT, it feels like your life is set for them. Like a lot of times.
Right. No, it's true. I mean, our turnover rate it is so low, because once you finally get in there, you really are. I mean, it's a wonderful place to be. You know, even the staff and everything, everybody is just very supportive. When my wife and I toured for the company as children's theater actors and actor directors, and when we came off the road, we ended up moving here, working there. I worked in facilities in the beginning, and the company, as the staff came together, they bought us our crib, they bought us, you know, diapers galore, got us all set up and ready to roll, and you know, 15 years later, still there.
Wow.
But it's funny that you mentioned Leanne, because she actually is, she's also a volunteer coordinator there. She helps me out with everything, me and Matt and Leanne. And so, yeah, for this party, we're going to be talking about the season that's coming up. Our artistic director will be there to talk about the season and ways to get involved. And I also want to make sure that people understand that it's not just a party for people that have volunteered, but it's a party for, you know, for the entire community. Like, we want,
and also prospective volunteers as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, last year we had 533 individual volunteers, and they logged close to 30,000 hours.
Wow.
You know,
and it was also like for volunteering with MCT. Do they get like a stipend or anything like that?
No, but they get a lot of joy in their heart.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you do a lot for MCT. MCT gives a lot back.
Yeah, like, that's what we hope. You know, and it's amazing when I think about 30,000 hours. It's what that breaks down to. It's basically 13 years plus of work days. You know,
wow.
9 to 5, no lunch breaks. You know, wow. So it's pretty amazing. I think that just shows, you know, what our community support is here. So.
Cool. And what can you tell me about the kind of volunteers that you're looking for?
You know, we are looking for everybody, all walks. Kids, you know, we have our kids programs that they can volunteer to do tech crew and stuff like that. And they learn how to run the spotlight, learn how to run a soundboard, stuff like that. And then they slowly will move themselves up into the community theater tech as well, you know. And so we're looking for ushers, we're looking for concessions, we're looking for people that know how to paint, people that know how to sew. I mean, we even need help with marketing and sales and things like that. You know, everything. One of the things that I really like to do is have people come by, and I'll take you through a 45-minute to an hour-long tour, depending on how much you have, you know, how much time you have, and just give you a really good idea of the whole organization, you know, and then that way people can see, you know, oh, well, I've got skills in this, or I've got, you know, I can help with this, or I'm interested in learning about this. I mean, even if you don't have any, you know, any skills as far as shooting a spotlight,
you'll get them.
You'll get them. We'll train you up. We'll train you up for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, what other place can you learn to get some theater skills? Like, just before, like, you go to the University of Montana for theater, and you know, you have MCT background and you know that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, you went to MCT and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like an in.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's like, oh, you already do this stuff. Okay, cool. We don't have to go through this. And
Absolutely.
it's like, and they're already there, and you're already solid, and they're just like, we need you. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. And it just sounds like a great experience. And I've even done MCT stuff as well, but I think I've just been on stage more than behind the scenes in tech crew, because I'm always about tech. Like, I always like, you know, doing the tech on this show, doing the tech on this or that, because I use my handy dandy mouse to like click back and forth between us. I'm just like, I put it on the side. I'm just clicking between while you talk, and I've been doing it for so long. Like, I'm just so used to it. It looks so natural too. I was like, I watch it, and it's like, okay, I can't even tell I'm clicking.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Just as long as I don't have to watch it.
So it's happening this Thursday, and it's gonna happen at the MCT.
Right.
And it's like you guys do a lot of volunteer appreciation type nights. It's not just one; you do a couple of them. And MCT parties are always off the hook.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're gonna have music, and we'll have prizes and all kinds of fun stuff. So
nothing's better than a bunch of theater nerds coming together and having a good time.
It gets loud. It gets loud. For sure.
Who's the theater kid of theater kids? You know, like at MCT, everybody's a theater kid, but there's always the theater kid of the theater kids.
Oh boy, that's a tough one. We got a lot of good theater kids. You know, I mean, I'd say the one that sticks out in my mind most recently is a boy named Max McCormick that played the maniacal scientist for us, and he was definitely maniacal. Love you, Max. Great job.
Yeah, MCT brings a lot of good art to the community, but also a lot of good energy to the community for the youths at heart. And, you know, it's just a great program for anybody who either want to be on stage or behind the stage who just want to get involved with the theater program. Can go to a volunteer appreciation this Thursday and just say, I want to get involved. I want to be a part of MCT in any way you need me to be.
Yeah, and it's an excellent way to get to know other people in the community that are interested in the same things you're interested in. You know, so it's a lot of fun. We just finished our big performing arts camp that happens up on Flathead Lake. So there's 2 camps up there. There's about 200 kids, and they're working for 2 weeks, putting a show together, and then they come back to Missoula and performing here. And these are kids from all over the country, you know. And so and it's really neat because those kids also, when they come back here, they need housing. So lots of times they're staying with families that are family friends of Missoula, you know, or of MCT and whatnot. And it's just it's a beautiful thing to see. 200 kids on stage, all doing, you know, working together, trying to put on this show, and it's just an amazing experience, you know.
Cool. Where can people find more information about MCT?
They should go to www.mctinc.org.
Great.
That's where they can do it, or they can come down and, like I said, anytime I'm happy to give somebody a big, you know, overview tour of the whole place.
Yep.
So.
But one more time, when and where is the volunteer night?
It's going to be Thursday at 6 o'clock in the lobby of MCT, and it's a lot of fun too because we also have different stations set up. It's kind of, I think of it as kind of like the Macy's Day type of deal, you know. Like we'll have different stations set up for the different, you know, areas to get involved and whatnot. So yeah, come down Thursday at 6.
Well, thank you, Dylan, very much for joining me this morning.
My pleasure, Scott.
Yeah, and we'll be